Yeah, it's a shame. They were good games. They were legit. It legit differentiated from GTA, but except they really messed up in the last one. Which unfortunately it did so bad that it costed the entire company.
Yeah. What about you, Dan?
I tried to play Saints Row, the first one, way back during the GTA 4 days, just because I heard it was like it, except you get to get a gang. Sounded great, but one of the first missions involved a fire truck and shooting shit everywhere, and it was just annoying. Like there was this companion with you, and she kept on doing the same phrase over and over again. So after that one, I was just like, okay, I'm not playing this anymore, and I stopped. I heard the games went on and everyone likes them. I just haven't played since that one mission. I let that one mission define everything.
All right. So the reason why I'm talking about it is so this happened really recently. So this comes to us from Bounding into Comics.
Hey,
Headline says Embracer Group shuts down Volition Games after disastrous Saints Row reboot.
what?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't played any Saints Row. I heard the original. I know people really like them. I've never played any, but I heard the new one was like super woke too. I'm not sure. Like it's just sort of looks bad as well.
Yeah,
But let's
it
actually
is.
read
It
this.
is.
It is okay.
It is.
The Volition Games announced that they are being shuttered by Embracer Group following the company's disastrous Saints Row reboot. Embracer Group previously announced significant restructuring would occur across its portfolio. Back in June. Restructuring. Dan, we heard that term before.
Yes.
Yes, a restructuring is a way for them to let you go, even if you're on any kind of leave. I remember the company that I used to work for. We were on. We had an art director who was on paternity leave, and they brought him back in just to let him go.
Yes.
Which is, in actuality, it's illegal. But if you're saying you're restructuring, that's the loophole.
That's right.
That's pretty fucked up. And,
It is,
but,
unless you can show that you're actually hemorrhaging money, and then all of a sudden, okay, you're restructuring.
yeah, true. Embracer Group previously announced that significant restructuring would occur across its portfolio back in June. The company's CEO, Lars Wingefors, I'm assuming that's how you say it, noted at the time of the restructuring would include but not be limited to closing or divestments of some studios and termination or pausing of some ongoing game development projects. He continued, it would also include decreased spending on non-development costs such as overhead and operating expenses. We will reduce third-party publishing and put greater focus on internal IP and increase external funding of large budget games. In a post on LinkedIn, Volition announced that they were one of the studios to be permanently terminated. It reads, the Volition team has proudly created world-class entertainment for fans around the globe for 30 years. We've been driven by a passion for our community to always worked to deliver joy and surprise and delight. This past June, Embracer Group announced a restructuring program to strengthen Embracer and maintain its position as a leader in the video game industry. As part of that program, they evaluated strategic and operational goals and made the difficult decision to close Volition effective immediately. Wow. That's okay. Has Embracer is Embracer Group considered like one of the top like leaders in video game industry?
Okay. For me, it's like they flew too close to the sun in terms of shelling out money. It's like a couple of years ago, you see them acquire all these. They acquired so many properties. I get. They acquired Square Enix's Western division. That's one, and they acquired
Oh wow.
they acquired a lot of things. A lot, like the IP that suddenly went off the radar. They got them. They scooped them up. But yeah, that's like I thought like it's kind of it's actually being compared one time to Tencent buying up so many companies.
Mhm.
But it's like in my opinion, I wasn't surprised this was happening. It's like yeah, they were expecting I think too much. Like they spent way too much money acquiring all these properties, and now they're kind of paying for it. And in terms
Mhm.
of what Saints Row came out to be, that's more on Volition than on Embracer Group per se. But yeah, Embracer Group, I'm not surprised that they're kind of like trying to save money now because they just bought way too many stuff and the returns are just not there. That's what's happening right now for them.
I see. All right, let's continue. The post concluded, to help our team, we are working to provide job assistance and help smooth the transition from our Volition family members. We thank our customers and fans around the world for all the love and support over the years. We will always be in, you will always be in our hearts. Yeah, man.
Companies don't have hearts.
Oh shit, dude. Oh man. Saints Row. Wow.
Wow.
This is
Hey, it's John Cena.
That's Bing Chilling John Cena.
I'm so
Oh, man.
sorry.
That's insane, dude. Yeah.
All those muscles.
If I
huh?
saw this, I'm not sure if I would actually play it. Oh shit.
Yeah.
The closure comes after the company's most recent release, Saints Row, has widely panned by players. The game fully embraced woke transgender ideology by removing male and female gender options. Instead, they replaced it with multiple sliders in the character creation, allowing players to manipulate the size of the character's groin and chest. Wow. That's
Wow.
okay.
Almost like there's a difference between the two sexes. You can actually have a slider between them.
Oh man. Let's see. Not only did they embrace woke transgender ideology in the character creator, but Volition development director Jim Boone also implied that the game was being made for modern sensibilities.
No,
Yeah.
There's
modern
the word.
audiences.
Yeah. So I watched previews early on when the game released. It's all about oh, these corporations are so greedy. We have to keep paying for our student loans. Yeah, they really went all in on the woke stuff. Sadly, even I have to admit that. You will keep hearing student loans all throughout the game.
Oh, jeez. He told the PC Gamer in August 2021, "We love the old Saints Row games, but we also recognize those are games of a time. They made sense within that era, and we were able to do that with things that felt good back then. But that tone is not something that we feel like we want to do today. We had a different kind of story that we wanted to tell." You know what? Whenever I hear shit like modern audiences, anything's for modern sensibilities or whatever, it's going to be dog shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, that's so awful. The development staff also derided potential players for disliking a number of changes in the game was making. In one instance, Twitter user the Gavinator wrote, "I know you won't listen, but if you wanted fans to stop complaining and giving y'all shit, maybe, just maybe, replace these clowns and give us the real Saints. Doesn't even have to be the old crew, just real gangsters. That would honestly clear up a lot of the hate you guys are getting." I agree. How about just make the game good and not put like bullshit in there?
Yeah, that's the thing. They were kind of shitting on the people criticizing their game, so it's like it's hard to feel bad for them because you guys brought it on yourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. See, Saints Row responded with a GIF reading, "Haters gonna hate." Wow.
They don't learn anything. They can't learn. They're incapable of learning.
How's that game doing for you now, huh? I wonder who's in charge of their social media.
I'm reminded of a certain saying. 4 words, rhymes. We're told it's a myth. We're told it doesn't apply, but this is just another instance of, everyone knows it, get woke, go broke. But no, honestly though, I'm actually reminded of another saying. There's an old saying in show business. It goes all the way back to like the vaudevillian days. And it was talking about the people and your role within a company if your business is entertainment, right? In entertainment, it's all about asses and eyeballs. You need asses in the seats and eyeballs on the screen, or in that case, on the stage. And if you're going to be in a company that provides that entertainment, you have 3 roles that you could do. You either bring in the money, you help bring in the money, or you hit the fucking bricks. Those are the 3 roles. Yep. These guys don't understand that at all. The company is what is supposed to try to make the money. They have to bring in the money. If you're an employee at the company, your job is to help bring in the money. And if you're one of the creatives on the company, you're also in the bring the money in crowd. And everyone who helps you is helping you bring in the money. If you are not interested in either one of these roles, then you hit the bricks. They hire people who that's all they should be is on the bricks. They have no fucking clue about, shitting on the fans. That's shitting on your customers. It's ridiculous. And they all do it.
Yep. Every one of these companies, they're blaming the fans for toxic man babies. And the reason why this movie is getting a lot of hate is because of all these especially like Jessica Gal with She-Hulk, Elizabeth Banks with the new Charlie's Angels, and Frost with if you don't watch Peace, right? It's just like you guys never fucking learn. It's so fucking ridiculous. Like how crazy they feel like they have some kind of entitlement, just because I'm in a powerful position of whatever, sucking dick or whatever. Like you feel like you can say whatever you want and get away with it. And it's just like shitting on your audience. You get, what was I saying? You get what you fucking deserve, man. Let's continue. Saints Row responded with, "We are not backing down on this game. We get it. It's new, and it's a shock reaction to reboot like no other." The GIF was supposed to convey that. Upon release, the game was recently mocked and described as the worst game of 2022. Michael Does Life tweeted, "New Saints Row is an abomination and will go down as the worst game of 2022, 3 out of 10. He then listed out a number of problems with the game. NPCs barely react to anything the player does, worse AI than Cyberpunk, no cheat codes, lazy VA performances, nothing to do within the world unless it's marked on the map." Damn, see, that's an actual constructive criticism. It's not that he's bashing the game. He's like, "Oh, I didn't fucking play the game. I just hate it because, you have a female boss lady that's like the main character now." No, he's actually these are legitimate reasons for you to complain.
Yeah, but coming from me, there's actually woke stuff in there apart from all that. So
yes,
that's coming from me. The guy who's defending video games, if there's some slight wokeness in it, it's full on woke. This game.
You see, I think Sael encouraged people to not purchase the game, writing 100 plus bugs, join the Saints Row's SEA of red flags. This dated janky soulless mess asks $60 for canceled CW show writing, cheap VA, royalty-free music, and boneheaded bullet sponge AI. Devs, let's see, quote, "We are not backing down on Disc Husk." Yep, I agree. I think like if the game was really fucking good, like there's a bunch of like woke nonsense garbage in there, but the game is fucking like a fucking masterclass game, I don't think anyone would complain.
All is forgivable.
I would have defended it. I would probably be defending it right now.
Yeah,
honestly speaking, but I'm not.
See, the game sales would crater in the UK just a week after the release of the games industry reporting. Saints Row saw an 80% drop in sales compared to last week and falls to number 6. Winch4 would recognize that the game was not being received well by fans commenting on the game during the company's annual general meeting in 2022. He said, "Obviously, personally, I had hoped for a greater reception of the game. It's been a very polarized view. There's a lot of things that could be said in details around it. But on one hand, I'm happy to see a lot of gamers and fans happy. At the same time, I'm a bit sad to see that the fans are not happy. So it's difficult." Winch4 did admit that the game would probably have a return on investment, but not to what they think they're hoping for. On the financial side, I'm confident we will make money. On the investment, will it have a great return on investment that we have seen in many of our other games? Not very likely, but we will have to make money, and that's the starting point, or at least, I think a lot of people are just, this game is shit. And what other games are garbage that came out this year that studio shut down?
Gollum,
right?
Yeah.
Gollum's one of them. One of them got liquidated, or assets got liquidated, which was Forspoken.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Phil Spencer came out and says, "I'm so fucking sorry for Redfall."
Yeah.
I have a feeling that a lot of folks just expect people to just buy the games.
Yeah.
Right. And they don't really care about what the players actually feel. It's like, hey, you guys like our previous game, just buy this game just because of our, our title. Like, I'm pretty sure What's one gaming company right now that's doing really fucking well? That's like not really like a big AAA studio, like other than Larian. I think is FromSoft. I think FromSoft's last several releases has been really good, like Sekiro, and then you have Elden Ring, and then you have Armored Core. Even though there's no story, the gameplay is really, really good.
Yeah.
Right. And let's say if the next game that FromSoft comes out with, a lot of people are just gonna automatically buy it because it's based off of their reputation of Dark Souls and Bloodborne and whatnot.
Yeah.
But let's say the next FromSoft game really, really fucking sucks. Right? People are still gonna call them out, but people are still gonna buy it. But if it sucks, like you shouldn't be like butthurt, just like, oh, it's supposed to be like that or some shit. It's I don't know, man. What do you think, Grae?
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like a US thing, actually, US culture thing, because you don't, if they mess up, these other companies that are non-US, they kind of own up to it and try to do better next time, which they usually do. But in the US, for some reason, like they blame the fans for it. It's like they don't take accountability to their mistakes, or they refuse to improve it whatsoever. Which is, I don't know, it's strange. They're continuing to pay for it, even up to now. It's like they does it really have to come to the point where you have to run everything to the ground before you acknowledge it? It's like it's probably too late by then, but why does it have to come to that, right? Why don't you just listen and take a look to see how you can do better, how you can improve your products and services? That's how I see it.
Yeah. What about you, Dan?
Well, I agree with Grae that wokeness definitely is an American creation and it is an American export. And as an American, I'm very sorry that the world has to deal with this right now. It does start here, and hopefully it won't end here. But my question is, where is this fucking modern audience they keep making these games and movies for? They keep saying it. We're making this for modern audiences. We're making this for modern audiences. And then their game or their movie crashes and burns and nobody fucking buys it. So either the modern audience is so fucking small that you as a company shouldn't even be marketing to them, or it doesn't exist. It's one of the two. So what are they doing? But I think, Grae, you're right again, is that they don't see a connection between what they produce. We both said it. What they produce and the people on the other end who are buying it. They don't see people as customers. They don't see people as people who have to make a decision after working 40 hours a week and they have $60 in their hand that they managed to save up after a month, and they're going to buy a game in a strong field of dozens of games that they could buy. Why should you choose my game? They don't see that. They see just a vague glob of fat, entitled man babies that they call consumers, and they just figure if I just throw this game out into the ether, it'll make money.
Yep.
They don't understand how it works. And it's basic economics. And it's just like they just don't get it. And what's worse about it is that they're smug. I was actually in the room with creatives as they were doing the remember the Thundercats remake, Thundercats Roar, and how shitty that looked.
Oh yeah.
And I was in the next studio, right next to the group that was doing this, and they were getting hammered on Twitter. And you should have heard them at the break room just bitching and moaning. But then they said the key word. Oh, I responded. And I told him to go fuck himself. And I told this guy, and it's like, listen, everyone knows the stereotype of Walmart shoppers, right? If I say the word Walmart shopper, you get a picture in your head, don't you? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And there's even a website out there that says people of Walmart, right? And you see the most ridiculous, heinous dregs, just the affront to human dignity. But if Walmart came out and fucking said, yeah, this site is funny, fuck our customers, what do you think would happen to them? They would never do that because that's their customers. If you're making this fucking awful reboot, my advice to them in person was like, well, listen, they obviously think it looks like shit, and it does. But if you make it the funniest show they ever saw, if you make it entertaining, if you make it great, you're not going to convince them on Twitter. They're all my age. They grew up with the real thing. They grew up with the the Japanese animated version way back in the 80s and 90s. So you're not going to convince them with your words on Twitter that this is good. You have to prove it by showing that this has awesome animation, that it's funny, that it's great. If you do that, they'll shut the fuck up and they'll embrace you. Of course, they didn't listen. And that show's no longer around.
Yep. I didn't even get to watch it, man. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to hate watch it, but like I didn't even watch the first episode.
The smugness in their voice, like they were just talking about them like they were just pieces of shit.
Yep.
It's like, you are making this for them. You can't think they're pieces of shit, you know?
Yeah. It's like, just shut up and indulge. Shut up and consume.
Yeah.
You know, give us your money.
Thanks for checking out this segment of the Project Eggroll podcast. If you like what we do here, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will know next time when we go live. We do go live every Saturday at 8 p.m. Once again, we are just getting started. Tons of more video to come. Thanks, and we'll see you guys next time.